Hi everybody, I'm Abdurrahman Hashi and I'm here to present a unit, a user level network interface for parallel and distributed computing. This draft made by this team, Thurston van Iken, Anil Basu, Venet Bach, and Werner Vogels in 1991. First, we will try to define the problem for why a unit is come to solve, and to take a general knowledge about a communication architecture. The increased availability of high-speed local area network has to solve the problems and shortcomings of local area communications, from the limited bandwidth of network materials to the software path traversed by the message at the sending and receiving ends. For example, in all Unix networking architecture, when one message is sent, it uses to send this message through the kernel, and this message goes through several copies and multiple levels of abstractions, from the device drive to the user application. Because of that, the result will be the limited BIL communication bandwidth, and it will cause high end-to-end message latency. The increased use of techniques like distributed shared memory, remote procedure, object-oriented invocations, and distributed cooperative files increase the importance of low round-trip latency of the high bandwidth at the low latency point. After that, we will try to talk about communication architecture. What's communication architect? The communication architect describes to change a sequential systems architecture to a parallel computer architecture. And in that case, it focuses the integration of communication into the overall architecture. Unit communication architecture. The unit communication architecture provides a process with the virtual view of the network interface to enable user-level access to high-speed communication devices. Unit come to replace the kernel interface to a user interface by using off-the-shelf ATM communication hardware. The unit communication architecture removes the kernel from the communication path while still providing the full protection. It will remove the kernel, but is still protecting the message. The model presented by the unit allows for the construction of protocols at the user level whose performance is limited to the capability of the network. The unit architecture come to solve the latency of the message from sending and receiving points, between sending and receiving points, as well as providing a flexible access to the lowest layer on the network. The term process overhead, we use it here to describe the time spent to process the handling message and the sending and the receiving elements. Unit design goals. Why unit come for? unit come to focus the low latency and high bandwidth using small messages. It comes to solve the latency of the kernel, sending message through the kernel, and it emphasis on protocol design and integration flexibility, and also decided to meet the first goals on the widely available standard workstations using off-the-shelf communication hardware. Multiplexing and demultiplexing messages in unit. Multiplexing is, as you know, is the process of combining many messages and sending them through one media. And demultiplexing is the vice versa process of when the message received, it will go through the vice versa process. And how this process unit uses? A unit uses the tag in each incoming message to determine this destination and endpoint, and thus the appropriate communication segment for the data and message queue for the scripted. The exact form of this message tag depends on the network substrate. For example, in an ATM network, the ATM virtual channel identifier may be used, sending and receiving messages in the unit. The unit architecture is composed of 3 main building blocks. Unit has 3 blocks, and everyone will be described here. Endpoint, communication segment, and the message queue. Endpoints serve as application handle into the network, and communication segment are the regions of the memory holding message data, and the message queue, which descriptors for the message that are to be sent or have to be received. And this is the blocks of unit. You can see here receiving queue, free queue, and sending queue. These are message queues. And also communication segment and unit endpoint. It contains these blocks, these 3 blocks. And there's also 2 unit implementations. Unit came with 2 implementations. The first one is SBA 100. The for system SBA 100 interfaces operates using a programming input-output to store cells into 36-cell deep output FIFO and to retrieve incoming cells from 292-cell deep input FIFO. It uses FIFO algorithms through input-output store. And the second one is SBA 200. The second generation of ATM network interfaces produced by 4 systems. The SBA 200 is substantially more sophisticated than the SBA 100 and includes onboard processor to accelerate the segmentation and assembly of packets, as well to transfer data from host memory using DMA. So the summary, unit come to focus the reducing of the latency from messages through the kernel and to remove the kernel by a user interface. Replace the kernel by a user interface by using ATM hardware. The second, the summary, the unit architecture is composed of 3 main building blocks: endpoint server, communication segments, and message queue. And thanks for listening. Any question?
Thank you.